guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure you guys subscribe and join the family because your sis would love to have you here, period. All right, so you guys requested for me to do a completely matte makeup look, and I've been listening to what you guys say in the comments, so make sure you comment other types of makeup looks you would like to see from me in the comments down below, because chances are I will definitely get to it eventually. All right, I wanted to do a completely matte makeup look for you guys, but also I've been seeing this 90s inspired makeup looks trending here on YouTube, so I wanted to do like my own rendition of it, but I also wanted to keep it all brown and nude tones because you guys also asked for a brown makeup look. So I try to combine the two, and this is what we came up with. Now this look is definitely more out of my comfort zone, but I wanted to try something different and just, you know, continue to work on my skills when it comes to eyeshadow looks. So it might not be identical on each side because your girl is practicing and she's gonna get there eventually, okay? Eventually we'll have the symmetry down pat, okay? But for now, I hope you guys enjoy this little experimentation process that I'm going through with these eyeshadow looks. So make sure you guys grab your snacks, your water, your matcha, okay? Because we love matcha over here. Get comfortable and let's get into snatching this face, period, all right? So I already went ahead and did my other eye off camera just because I wasn't sure how I wanted this eye look to go. So I was like, you know what? Let me try to figure that out and then I can show you guys the rest on this eye. So that's what we're gonna do now. I used the Nabla side by side palette to create this look, and I honestly just used like 3 brown shades. So first I took this Urban Decay brush. It's very, very thin and fine, as you can see, just to create the shape that I wanted. And this is their Detailed Conceal F111 brush. And then I went ahead and just picked up this shade to start creating that shape, and I wasn't worried about it being perfect because I just went ahead and cleaned it up with how sharp I wanted it to be with a wet wipe, and also our concealer later on will help sharpen it even more. So I pretty much just was focusing on making this inside part more neat versus having this as a crisp line, and then I just started working on building that shape. And then what I did was I went in with the Sigma Detailed Diffused Crease Brush in the number E33 just to blend that out so it's not as harsh, because now that I have that outline, I can go ahead and just start blending everything to look more seamless. Next, I went in with this brush by Sephora, and this is their Pro Shadow 15 brush, and I just picked up that shade Burnt Sienna again, and then I just started to pack it in. And then I started to pick up this darker brown shade right over here called Tempera, and using the same Sephora brush, I started to just pack that in as well, just to intensify that curve that we're going to be creating a little more. Actually gonna switch over to this brush just to blend that out faster. And I did go ahead and just sharpen up this part of the lid with a wet wipe just so that I can actually see how it looks better than when it's messy. It kind of throws me off, you know what I mean? So I just went ahead and cleaned that up quickly. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking this brush by Nabla Cosmetics, and this is their Soft Dab and Smudge brush, and I'm going to be picking up this shade right over here called Halftime. That's the nude shade that we used over here. But before we do that, actually, I'm going to go ahead with this Sephora Pro Concealer 45 brush just to carve out that shape that I did on this lid, and then we can pack on the nude shade so that everything looks bomb. And of course I'm going to be taking this Sigma eyeshadow base in the shade Persuade to do that. I'm just going to apply some on the lid first, then go in with this Sephora brush just to blend that out. And then to get that more precise line, I'm gonna go in with the Sephora Pro Brow 20 brush, actually, just because I kind of like how sharp this brush is, and then just start to create the line that I want, just like how I did over here. And then now I'm just mixing Burnt Sienna and Tempera and pretty much just creating that more curved in shape and just fixing areas that I made the line too straight with the eyeshadow base. Okay, so I think that looks pretty similar. I'm gonna go in with the shade Halftime now and just start to pack in our nude center color. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that as is because I feel like it looks as similar enough at the moment. I mean, this is my first time doing this type of look, so I think they're kind of close enough for now. And I can always go back in and intensify this part a little more like I did over here afterwards. Now I'm gonna be taking this killer eyeliner in the shade Caramel by Too Faced. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use that to create a little line like I did here. And then I'm gonna pack the shadow on top of it. And that's gonna just help make it more pigmented, because when I try to create that line in the inner corner without using an eyeliner and just only using the shadow, it just wasn't giving me as intense of a line that I wanted. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of help from this eyeliner to do so. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade Tempera and just start to pack it on top of the liner. Now I do feel like the line is a little more thicker on this end than I did for this side. And it's always this eye when I line it that it's not the good eye. Do you get what I'm saying? Like this one is just so much easier to line, but this one just stays playing me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with the nude brown shade and pretty much just fix it as much as I can. And then I'm just dusting off this brush that I used, the Urban Decay brush, and picking up that shade Halftime. And I'm just gonna clean it up to try to make it as thin of a line that I did on this end, so that they're more symmetrical. So I went ahead and just thickened the line on this side a little bit just to match this a little more, because this was not getting any thinner. So hopefully they're a little more symmetrical. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go in with my Too Faced the Natural Nudes palette and just pick up this shade Truffle just to intensify the outer corner here. So I'm gonna leave the eyes as is for now, and we're gonna jump into the base. And you guys already know we're gonna be going in with prepping the skin first. And I'm gonna be taking, of course, my current two favorites. These are both by Milk Makeup to prime my skin, because I feel like this combo right here is the truth to really have my foundation looking like butter. So I'm gonna start off with the Milk Makeup Hydrating Oil Stick and then go in with their Blur Stick. And then I'm also gonna go ahead and take this eye cream, and this is by First Aid Beauty. It's their Retinol Eye Cream. And the reason why I want to take it is because I've been noticing with my concealer, my under eyes look a little more dry than what I would like them to be. And this one says it has triple the hyaluronic acid, so hopefully that helps just plump the under eye and just give it a little more moisture for my concealer and when I set it. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that on each side, just apply it evenly on first, and then I'm just gonna start to pat it in. And for foundation, I'm gonna go in with the new Huda Beauty Full Filter Luminous Matte Full Coverage Liquid Foundation in the shade Churro. Now this shade is a little light, so I really want to go ahead and pick up, I think, the shade Gingerbread when I was looking at Sephora, and see if that would be a better shade. So I'm actually going to take a little bit of my Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in the shade GD2 just to warm up this foundation a little more, just because, I don't know, the shade is just not sitting right with me. So I'm just gonna hope that this will help like make the shade a little bit darker. And for concealer, I'm gonna be taking my Too Faced, of course, Born This Way Super Coverage Concealer, and I'm taking it in the shade Butterscotch. And to set, I'm going to be taking my Laura Mercier Translucent Powder in the shade Honey, and I'm going to pick it up with my Sephora Pro Conceal 71 brush. I've actually been really loving this brush to set underneath my eyes because it's actually the perfect size to get right in there. And now we're gonna warm up the skin and bronze, and I'm gonna take, of course, my favorite, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in the shade Tan. If my videos haven't convinced you guys to grab this bronzer, then I don't know what else to tell you, because it's so good and it's huge, as you can see. So it will last you for so long, and I just love how it blends into the skin. It's really good. I would definitely recommend if you guys wanna try a new bronzer. And then I'm gonna pick it up with my IT Cosmetics number 4 Heavenly Luxe brush and just start to blend that in. And now for blush, I'm going to be taking this palette by Beauty Bakery, and this is their Coffee and Cocoa palette. And I'm going to take this shade as our blush because I don't want anything to take away from like the brown hues that I got going on today. So I don't want to go in with pinks or purples. I think this dark orange will go really nice with this look. And it's called La Vida Mocha. I'm just going to pick up some of that with my Sephora Pro 96 brush. And since I'm not going in with highlight today because I'm keeping this like a whole matte vibe, which is so hard for me because you guys know I live for a good highlight. I like that this blush, I'm kind of cheating just a little bit because this blush does have a little shimmer to it, but it's not too much, you know what I mean? And then I'm gonna set my face with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. I actually have been loving this recently. It's become my go-to setting spray. I don't know, it just takes away like a lot of the cakiness, and I've been seeing a difference in my photos when it comes to how my foundation looks because I've been setting with this. So new favorite alert right here, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and just set. So I'm gonna give that just a moment to dry, and then we can go back in and finish off the eyes as well as go in with our lip combo. So now I'm just going in with some mascara, and I'm taking the Bite Beauty Upswing Full Volume Mascara. I've been really liking this mascara lately. So I'm gonna actually just go ahead and just put a little bit of brown at the bottom because I kind of feel like it's gonna look so plain if I don't. But first I'm gonna go in with some eyeliner, and this is another Killer Liner by Too Faced. It's in the shade Espresso though. It's like a darker brown. So now I'm gonna go back in with that shade Tempera and just start to smudge a little bit of that on my lash line. Okay, and that's what our lash line is looking like smoked out. And I'm really glad I did that because it definitely does bring the look to life more. I feel like it would have been just too plain and a little bit boring if I didn't do that. But now I feel like the look is just looking fire. I'm really here for it. I'm really happy with how it's looking right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead with some mascara on my lower lash line as well. Alright guys, so lashes are on, and I thought I was recording when I was lining my lips, but I wasn't, so epic fail. But for lashes, I went in with the Fluff Yeah lashes by Velour, which I'm obsessed with. I feel like they're the perfect wispiness for this makeup look. And then I lined my lips with the Nude No. 6 Close-Up Lip Shaper by Nabla, pretty much what I always go in with nowadays to line my lips. So to finish off the look, I'm going to be taking this Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Lipstick in the shade Chai Genius. I'm gonna use that shade in the center. And that is the lip combo, guys. I really like it. I feel like it's the perfect nude. At first I was thinking of going in with a very dark brown lipstick, but then I just feel like it would be too much going on because the eye look is already dramatic enough, and I kind of feel like I'm gonna leave the lips to be more simple. So yeah guys, this is the final look. I'm really happy with how everything came together. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and just playing around with makeup with me. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe and join the family. If you guys would like me to do more matte makeup looks, let me know, and maybe next time around I can do something more on the simpler side. So let me know in the comment section below. Also make sure you guys turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. And I want to say thank you so much for all the love you guys have been showing in my past few videos. I can see you guys are watching them and enjoying them, so I'm gonna keep these looks coming. And like always, I'll see you guys in my next video.